Alright, what's going on, YouTube? I thought I might make a video today. I was thinking about it yesterday, but I didn't feel like it. But today I'm thinking we do something new, YouTube. Today I'm thinking we read a book together. Saint Silouan the Athonite. It's a very good book. I'm about 100 pages in right now, and it's a very complicated book. I don't understand it. I'm gonna start where I'm at in the book because I don't really want to restart reading 100 pages. So, this is what it looks like too. It's kind of confusing. So inside here, there's a whole bunch of headers because it's like reading notes, you know. You can see it here too. Like you read one section and then you read another section, and it's totally different. So like the section here is called Distinguishing Good from Evil, and this section is called The Way of the Church. So I mean, it's all the same topic of Christ, obviously revolves around Christ, but like separate subjects completely. But let's read it. I already read Distinguishing Good from Evil, but I'll read it again. This will be the 4th time I'm reading this because I think it's important, and it's something I struggle with a lot, is distinguishing exactly that good from evil. So let's read it. Distinguishing good from evil. Just as he believed the second commandment of love towards one neighbor to be a sure guiding principle in checking the soundness of our path towards God, so the Stoics held that in distinguishing good from evil, it was not so much the purpose that counted, however holy and lofty it might appear, as the means chosen to achieve that purpose. God alone is absolute. Evil, which has no original essence, but is merely the resistance of the free creature to him that is before all ages, to God, cannot be absolute. Therefore, an evil in the literal sense does not and cannot exist. All evil affected by free beings must live like a parasite on the body of the good. Evil is bound to find a justification for itself. It must appear disguised as good, often the highest good. Evil always and inevitably contains an element appearing to have a positive value. And it is this which seduces man. Evil strives to present its positive aspect as a jewel so precious that all means are justified to attain it. Absolute good cannot be achieved in man's empirical existence. There is an element of imperfection in all human undertakings. This presence of imperfection in human good on the one hand, and the inevitable presence of some pretense of good in evil on the other, often make it extremely difficult to distinguish good from evil. The Stoics believe that evil always proceeds by means of deceit, camouflaging itself as good, whereas good, in order to realize itself, does not need the cooperation of evil. Therefore, So soon as wrong means, malice, lying, violence, and the like, make their appearance, one is entering a domain alien to the Spirit of Christ. Good is not attained by evil means, and the end does not justify the means. Good not obtained by good means it's not. Good obtained by good means is not good. No. Pardon me. Good not obtained by good means is not good. I'm not the best reader, I'm sorry. Good not obtained by good means is not good. This is the testament we have received from the apostles and holy fathers. Although good frequently triumphs, and by its appearance rectifies evil, this does not mean that evil has led to good, that good has come out of evil. This is impossible. But the power of God is such that where it appears, it heals all things so wholly that no scar remains. The damage caused by evil is effaced, for God is the fullness of life and creates life from nothing. That's the end of the chapter, or header, or whatever you want to call it. But I think I understand what he's talking about here, because the way I understand it is, the way he sees it is, good and evil the way he's describing seems to be an achievement of sorts. That's why he can say the ends don't justify the means. Like, you're striving for good, but if you do evil things to obtain, quote, good, then it was never good in the first place. Right? But what I struggle with is the root of good and evil in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, just reading this book, how do you know if it's good or bad? Because I can read this book and learn good things from it, from Christ. But what if I mess up some words, like right now, that I'm reading to an audience? Well, no audience yet, but hopefully one day, that I'm reading to an audience. When I said good obtained by good means is not good, I corrected myself and I said good not obtained by good means is not good. But just that alone, that's like the whole summary of this chapter, and I messed it up. So how could me reading this be good if me messing that up was not good, right? And it wasn't intentional. Yeah, what if you do it unintentionally? What if you do something evil unintentionally? And it's rare, but something like that, you know, something I could say that good obtained by good means is not good, which is wrong, but somebody could hear that and interpret it that way, right? Because people are different, you know, some people got bad hearing, some people are busy, they're not really listening to what's being said, they're not paying attention, so they absorbed that. I made a mistake and they absorbed that mistake. And I was intentionally trying to do good. I'm trying to do good by reading this passage and helping people, maybe the way it might help me, you know? But if I make a mistake and it harms somebody, how am I doing good right now? Is what I'm saying kind of making sense? I don't mean just by like the book, it could be anything, you know? If I drink some coffee and it is that good or bad? Drinking coffee, is that good or bad? Because some people will tell you it's great. I like it. Helps me wake up in the morning. But then maybe there's a crash for some people. Sometimes I crash. Was it good if I crashed? And it's a whole big thing I think about all the time, you know, because I think all the way back to Genesis, when Eve ate the apple, that apple was from the tree of knowledge and of good and evil. So the first original sin was wanting to know the difference. Right? Was this exact thing we're talking about. The first original sin was wanting to know the difference and not trusting God of what is good and what is evil. That's how sin entered the world. And I don't understand where that comes from. That perhaps primal urge to know the difference, or why it even matters, you know? Because if our hearts are aligned towards Christ, then it shouldn't matter what's good and what's evil, because Christ is always good, you know? You don't have to think about it. It just is. Like, you don't have to think about breathing, you just do it, you know? But it also doesn't make sense that if Eve ate the apple, and Adam too, of course, it was a mutual thing. If they ate the apple from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, how does it make sense that we still struggle with this sometimes, knowing the difference? Because they ate from the tree, right? So you would think that would give them the knowledge of good and evil. That's what the tree was for, I guess. I don't know, you know? Just the way it seems, you know? Why else would they call it the tree of knowledge of good and evil if eating from it didn't give you knowledge of good and evil, right? It doesn't make sense. To me, anyway. So yeah, that's something I think about a lot. Is like how do we know the difference? Like know the difference. I guess you'd have to define good and evil. Do you mean Christ and the devil? Do you mean, you know, the worldly good and evil? Like, you do a good job, you get a pat on the back or whatever. Evil, breaking the law, going to jail. Scout, leave it. Sorry, YouTube. My dog has stitches right now, and he can't wear a cone. So I have to keep him from itching. Well, yeah. That's something I think about a lot. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I guess I'll catch you on the next one. I don't know what else to say. We could keep reading, but I think I'll do that in a separate video. Well, I'm gonna pause this one. No, I think I'm just gonna do it later. Maybe I'll see you next time.